Welcome to Basque Country.
Ongiadori. I hope that's how it is done.
She's such the linguist. We totally just jacked up all our recording and are doing this now for a second time. The camera did it. That's what we're blaming. The camera stopped recording. For those who don't know, Basque Country is an autonomous area of Spain, and it does stretch into France as well.
They speak their own language, but it has nothing to do with any other connection on any other language.
The Basque people are some of the oldest, if not the oldest people in all of Europe. So they've got their own language, same alphabet, different font, which is very unique, but you see it absolutely everywhere. But culturally, I mean, they definitely have a very strong and unique culture. And one of the best parts about their culture, at least one of my favorite parts of their culture, their food. Yeah, they have more Michelin star rated restaurants per square kilometer than anywhere else in Europe.
Tell me, how many did you go to?
I don't know.
Did you count them all?
No, I don't know.
Did you go check?
As Lewis said, I was here once before. I was here last year on a mountain biking trip with one of my buddies, and I had just enjoyed it so much that I really wanted to bring the family back. So our very first day, we flew into Madrid, rented a car, and it's about a 4-hour drive from Madrid up to Basque Country. I kept telling Lou about how green Basque Country was. And we started driving through these tunnels, and every time we went through the tunnels, you had these mountains, obviously, that's why we had the tunnels. It got a little bit greener and a little bit greener, and then we finally went through this like one big final tunnel, and then all of a sudden you came out on the other side, and it was like this emerald green hills and mountains everywhere. I mean, it's just so pretty.
We stayed in a place that the style is called Villa Rustica. I was a little scared at first because it looked a little bit, but then when we got there, I could see why he picked that. Just absolutely gorgeous every morning.
Right.
Just so fresh, the air just so good.
So we're idiots. We didn't pay attention to when the parking garage closed. I guess we didn't think it was going to actually close. And it is 9 o'clock at night, and we are completely locked out. So our car is sitting in there. We just got a hold of the police. We're idiots. This is ridiculous. The first night in town was not exactly the best start of our trip, but luckily Lou was able to find somebody.
Yeah, we just found someone on the street, and she told us to call the municipales, and she gave me the number. She looked it up. She helped all the way. Really nice people. The next day we went to San Juan de Gaztelugatxe.
Wow. You're just like a local. I'm not sure if that's exactly the way you say it, but
No, it's not.
In other words, it was also in Game of Thrones, it was actually Dragonstone without the actual CGI castle on top. But it was a cool hike. It was about an hour or so. up and back. And on the top of the island you walked out to, there was this church and it had a bell.
If you rang it 3 times, it brings you good fortune.
We all rang it 3 times except for Paige, who rang about 15 times. So she got 5 times good fortune as everyone else.
She's so lucky.
So lucky. After the hike and a little treat, we went to San Sebastian, which is probably the most famous town in the area. They're really known for their food there.
Most of the food that they serve in the region is called Pintxos.
Pintxos, I think, literally translates to thorn.
It just means that it has like a stick holding everything together and a piece of bread for easy
consuming. And there, typically, a lot of people, they go get one drink, one Pintxos at one bar, then they'll go to another bar and get another drink, another Pintxos. And that's just their way of socializing and spending time with everybody. It's really, really a cool culture. I really like it a lot.
It's one drink, one Pintxo, one Pintxos. If you care, if you don't.
I don't care. Don't leave me hanging.
The next day we went to Bayonne. It was so charming.
So it's actually on the French side of Basque Country. So it's weird.
Chocolate and croissants and delicious pastries.
It's amazing how, like, the minute you go from Spain to France, that all the baked goods just get better. I'm not quite sure why, but all of a sudden, like, the croissants are like melt in your mouth. So good.
So good.
So Lua had, 3 croissants?
Shamelessly.
I think that was in about a 10-minute stretch.
No, I saved one for the car.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. I'm not exactly innocent. I think I ate, I don't know how much chocolate and other pastries, but it was a lot of sweets for sure. And then that evening, we stopped in Hondarribia. Now, Hondarribia was my home base when I went on my mountain biking trip the year prior. So I knew the town pretty well. And, you know, it's like a walled city, and they've got this old area with this big plaza. And then they have the fishing village, which is where all the Pintxos are and the restaurants. And it's all pedestrian. It's really, really cool. And I told Lua before we got there that a lot of time they have like these just like pop-up like choirs and pop-up like things going on. And lo and behold, we get there, and this group goes down. They're playing these flute and just marching down the street. And everyone's cheering, and everyone's having a great time.
Ton of kids in the back of the parade, absolutely soaking wet.
Texted my guy that I was with when I went mountain biking just to say, hey, I'm in town, just to say hi, or if he was around or not. He goes, hey, I'm already in bed, but tomorrow they've got this big festival that's going on in Hondarribia. So he's like, it's the most beautiful day of the year. Now, we had no idea. We didn't plan this at all. But of course, we're like, yeah, we're totally in. We're definitely going to do it. So the next day, we came back into Hondarribia, and they had this amazing festival.
It was. When we got there, we started seeing people lining up for a parade, so we secured our places. We saw thousands of men marching in uniforms. They all had little different uniforms and flags and drums and flutes and just
carrying around their guns,
horses and guns and cheering, and just everyone was so happy. And all the locals were wearing white, red, and black, and it was so amazing. The last day we went to Bilbao and we hung out at the Guggenheim Museum, and it was really cool.
So the Guggenheim was kind of part of the Renaissance, I guess, of Bilbao. It came into town and just totally changed the entire area. And like Bilbao is now like a really hip, cool town to be in. The keystone of everything is the Guggenheim Museum, which is right on the river. And I mean, it's really cool because you got these big giant sculptures on the outside of it. And on the inside, they have these massive installations. And I mean, you don't have to spend too much time there. It's not, even though
it's not big. It's not a big museum, but it's interesting. And then I think the kids had way more fun outside with the spider and the...
There's an awesome playground right next to it, too.
Thanks for watching again. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and watch our Instagram stories.
For daily updates.
And safe travels.
Safe travels.